Guys, so in this particular video we'll be discussing about travel to Tawang during the monsoon of 2025. So now one thing you need to understand is that monsoon in Tawang is usually by the first to second week of July till I would say the last of August. So that is the months of July and August you can consider as the monsoon months in Tawang and in Tawang region. So now when it comes to the monsoon, remember that it's going to be raining, but not as much as what you would expect it in other parts of Northeast India, especially Assam and in Meghalaya. It rains far more as compared to what it rains in the West Kamen and in the Tawang region. So when you are planning your trip and if you have decided to go in the month of July and August, you do not need to worry about safety because Tawang is extremely safe as of 2025 in terms of road condition. The roads are very well made, and thanks to the opening of Sela Tunnel, you do not need to worry about taking the treacherous route to Sela Pass in case the weather goes really bad. You can always do it via the tunnel. So by default, you will get in and out of Tawang without any major issues along your journey. Now when it comes to the risk of landslides, there's always a risk of landslides in hilly terrain when you're traveling in the monsoon. So that's a possibility that can happen, but considering that Tawang is a place which is controlled and taken care of by the Indian Army. No matter when or where there's a landslide, there's always an army posting close by who will come and take care of the debris. So do not expect the road to be closed for very long. Maybe a couple of hours here and there is max that you can consider the road to be blocked for. And if you've been to Tawang and if you know what the road condition is like, it's very unlikely that a lot of landslides will happen because the road all the way from Teespur till Tawang is very well made as of the year 2025. So you do not really need to worry about too many landslides at multiple places. Gone are the days where it is muddy and treacherous roads to Tawang. These are very smooth and well made highways which will take you to Tawang. The best part is now that there is excellent 4G and 5G connectivity by Jio, Airtel and Vodafone. You do not need to worry about that. So along the journey you'll always have network. Even BSNL has very good 4G network in and around Tawang. So that makes your communication, even in case I'm talking about network, in case there's any kind of a disaster that happens of a landslide or anything during the monsoon, the locals themselves will call the required people and things will start moving faster than what it was earlier when network was scrappy around this region. Now, what is the terrain and what you should be expecting when you're traveling to the landscape, rather, when you're traveling to Tawang in the monsoon? Keep in mind that it's going to be beautiful landscapes all over because with the rain comes in flowers and all other acts of nature which only happen during the monsoon with a lot of greenery. The lakes will be swollen in terms of water level. The weather temperature will be a mixed bag over here. So when it's raining, it's going to be like extremely cold. It's going to be bone chilling cold, and at the same time when the sun is out, it's going to be pleasant and warm. So you need to carry woolen wear which is waterproof, and for that you will need to go to maybe some kind of an adventure store and get good gear because your regular woolen wear will get soaked once it starts raining if water enters in, and that will be a nightmare to carry already heavy jackets which have now become twice or thrice the weight because of water seeping in. So when you're going in the month of July, make sure that you have clothing which is water repellent or can dry up quickly even if water gets into it. Especially for your shoes, carry a good pair of shoes which are waterproof because when it rains, it's cold rain, and if it gets into your feet, you're gonna really shiver because it's not a nice feeling. Carrying an umbrella is mandatory. You cannot get to any part of the Northeast India without an umbrella in the month of June and July and August. So by default, carry an umbrella because when it rains, it's going to be heavy rain. You need to have a strong umbrella. And my personal suggestion related to an umbrella is it's best to buy an umbrella on the trip along the journey. So by default, you do not have to worry about carrying one from home and taking it by the flight or train or however you're traveling. If you have a good enough umbrella and you want to carry it, you can always carry it from home. But if you do not, or if your umbrella breaks on the journey, you do not need to worry. You'll always find umbrellas in and around Tawang. So the daytime temperature, I would say, would range anywhere between 15 to 25 degrees. If it rains, you can minus 5-7 degrees from it. It can touch even sub-zero feeling when it's raining. And at the same time, the temperature at night will be in minus when it's raining. close to around -2, -3. You will not get snowfall, but in Tawang town there's no chance of snowfall. But in places like Sela Pass and Bumla, when it starts raining, there's a chance that it might snow, because at such high altitude it rarely rains for very long. The rain then condenses and converts into snow. So you might experience snowfall in July and in August in these two places. But traveling to Tawang in the month of July has its own perks. The biggest perk is the fact that it's off season. Since monsoon, not many people want to go there because they're scared of the landslides and all the other natural disasters that come with the monsoon. So by default, in the different parts of Arunachal, when you're traveling from Teespur, you're not really going to have too much of trouble in terms of finding accommodation, or even at the sightseeing points there wouldn't be too much of a crowd, which in summer months is flooded with tourists. At the same time, if you're someone who likes good views and wants to see the sunrise and the sunset, it's pretty hard in the monsoon months, because it's always going to be a cloud cover and it's going to be a gloomy feeling while traveling. So there are pros and cons of this in terms of the landscape. When it comes to, I would say, the budget would rather remain the same. It's not really going to change much, because the hotel rooms will cost you anywhere between 2 to 2,500, and the vehicle will be anywhere between 4,500 to 7,000, depending on a 4-seater or a 7-seater what you're opting for. And this vehicle cost is the per day vehicle cost. So there's not going to be much difference in this area. So over and above this, I would say that in the monsoon months, Tawang is possible. It's a different vibe. It's definitely not advisable to consider going biking to Tawang in the monsoon months, because the roads will be slippery, and there's a very high possibility that either you'll slip and fall, or you'll end up catching a cold from the rain, and your entire journey will get hampered. So do not consider biking to Tawang, in the month of July and August, because it's going to be monsoon and it's not going to be a pleasant feeling to go biking when you're soaked. When it comes to the visibility is going to be affected. Like when there is a cloud cover in the mornings, especially, the visibility sometimes comes down to as low as, I would say, a meter or two. That's how bad the visibility is. And sometimes in the monsoon months, you do not even realize that a day has gone by without the sun coming out. It's not rained, but there's a thick cloud cover all over Tawang and Bomdila, and maybe even in Dirang. So there's absolutely no chance that you'll see the sun for a day or two. So this is the kind of vibe. It's grey skies, grim feeling. If you're someone who doesn't like the monsoon, do not go to Tawang in the monsoon. If you're someone who likes the monsoon vibe and you like the misty feel and the cloud cover and walking through clouds, then the month of July and August is ideal for you to be going to Tawang. Sangastar Lake, Bumla Pass, all that's going to be open. That's not going to be affected, because like I mentioned earlier in the video, the roads are very, very well made. So you do not have to worry about that. Most hotels have provisions for heaters, so you can either they come inbuilt in the room, or you got to pay extra and take it depending on what the hotel offers. So you do not need to worry about that part. Food won't be affected. And overall, if you are someone who's going to Meghalaya to enjoy the waterfalls and you want to club Tawang, so that's the purpose in the month of July, August, you can always go to Tawang. It's not going to be any different. It's just going to be lush greenery and plenty of clouds. So you're going to get to walk within clouds and drive through clouds in the month of July, August. So now if you're looking for a trip to Tawang in the month of July and August, you can click on the link in the description. We have a couple of trips happening in each month, and you'll get all the details from our website. You can directly sign up from our website or WhatsApp our team related to queries to our road trip to Tawang in the month of July and August. If you have any doubts related to your own personal queries related to Tawang and the weather, or anything which is not related to our Tlow trips, then please do not WhatsApp our team from the website. You can directly leave a comment in the comment section below this video, and we'll be more than happy to reply to your queries on YouTube itself. So now till our next video for Tawang, stay safe, stay happy, and stay blessed.